Back in 2009, one internet legend was created that caused many people to fear the woods. An internet legend that still to this day is the ultimate start to an era of internet creepypasta, YouTube found footage web series, horror games, and much more based on just one scary man. Slender Man. Who is he? What does he want? Who created him? All those questions and more will be answered in this week's video. So sit back, try to relax, and enjoy. Slender Man is a fictional supernatural character that some believe has existed for centuries due to the many stories of similar figures in early historic legends. He's a cultural phenomenon and terrorizes the dreams and thoughts of many. The Slender Man was officially created in 2009 on the Something Awful forums by the user Eric Knudsen, also known as Victor Search. It was during a Photoshop contest where users were challenged to edit everyday photographs to appear paranormal. The user Victor Search entered with two black and white photos of a tall man with no face, wearing a black suit with black tentacles protruding from his back, stalking groups of little children. He even added quotes under both photographs. The first one reads, "We didn't want to go, we didn't want to kill them. But its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." 1983. Photographer unknown. Presumed dead. The second one reads, "One of two recovered photographs from the Sterling City Library blaze. Notable for being taken the day which 14 children vanished and for what is referred to as the Slender Man. Deformities cited as film defects by officials. Fire at library occurred 1 week later. Actual photograph confiscated as evidence. 1986. Photographer Mary Thomas. Missing since June 13, 1986. Ever since that day, the posts have spawned an entire mythology based solely around the supernatural character Slender Man. The overall mystery surrounding Slender Man is very fascinating to say the least. No one knows for sure what he wants, but there have been several theories on what he does to his victims. It is rumored that he almost exclusively lures children to the woods and kills them, but no one knows for sure if his only objective is slaughter. It is commonly believed that he resides in the woods and preys on children, but some believe that it is not only children that should be afraid. Slender Man enjoys to psychologically torture his victims. Most people will become so paranoid when he exposes his existence to them that it's become a habit of his to purposefully give them glimpses of himself to further frighten them. But what if Slender Man has existed long before 2009? Well, there have been plenty of evidence to back that. Let's take a look at some of the more well-known historical references. Brazilian cave paintings have shown a tall character leading a child by the hand, with no explanation of the tentacle-looking appendages. Perhaps there is a simple explanation, or maybe they indeed saw a being similar to Slender Man. In Germany, a being similar to Slender Man has also been described many times, a being known as der Großmann, which translates to the tall man, was, according to the legend, a fairy living in the Black Forest. Bad children who crept into the woods at night would be relentlessly chased by der Großmann, who wouldn't leave them be until they either caught them or they were forced to tell their parents of their wrongdoing. Even then, there is a chilling account from an old journal dating back from about 1702. "My child, my Lars, he's gone, taken from his bed. The only thing that we found was a scrap of black clothing. It feels like cotton, but it is softer, thicker. Lars came into my bedroom yesterday, screaming at the top of his lungs that the angel is outside. I asked him what he was talking about, and he told me some nonsense fairy story about der Großmann. He said he went into the groves by our village and found one of the cows dead, hanging from a tree. I thought nothing of it at first, but now he is gone. We must find Lars, and my family must leave before we are killed. I am sorry, my son. I should have listened. May God forgive me. But these are only a few historic references, as there are many other similar figures appearing in Egyptian, Romanian, and English mythologies. According to several sources, Slender Man has a wide range of abilities. For one, it has been indicated in many stories that Slender Man is able to control a person's mind. It has also been strongly indicated that he's able to make himself invisible. He's almost always seen as standing still, which has made many people believe that he's able to teleport whenever he wants. But where does Slender Man hide? Slender Man is most often spotted in abandoned locations, as well as forests, where he can hunt without his victims being able to get help from other people. He's also easily able to blend with the trees, another reason why he hides in forests. Slender Man has been represented in a lot of popular culture and internet creations. The character's popularity started to really take off when the found footage web series Marble Hornets was created back in June 2009. Marble Hornets is about Jay, who receives a bunch of tapes his friend Alex filmed for a student film, Marble Hornets. Alex had been acting strange during filming and abruptly ended production after 2 months. Watching through all the tapes, Jay realizes that something was following Alex, an entity called the Operator, which we know as Slender Man. He uploads anything strange he can find in the form of entries, and later on he starts attempting to solve the mystery himself. Marble Hornets ran for 3 seasons and even spawned a feature-length film called Always Watching, a Marble Hornet story. In 2012, Slender Man became even more mainstream when the indie horror game Slender the 8 Pages was released by developer Parsec Productions. The minimalist approach to horror drew many people to play the game. It was also hugely popular to make Slender Let's Plays on YouTube. A review from IGN raved, "Few horror games thrust you directly into the heart of fear. Slender is the kind of game that unearths that long-lost sensation inside of you, whereby you'd play a game for the addictive novelty value it possessed and not the budget that was thrown at it." After the huge success of Slender the 8 Pages, a countless amount of games based around Slender were created, including Slender Man Shadow, Haunt, Slender's Woods, Stop It Slender, and the very well received Slender the Arrival, which was an official sequel to the original Slender the 8 Pages. Slender Man is even getting an official Hollywood movie set to be produced by Sony division Screen Gems. But how can a single post on a forum spread like wildfire? The original creator Victor Surge had some interesting thoughts about this. In an interview with Slenderman235's blog, he said, "It was amazing to see people create their own little part of Slender Man in order to perpetuate his existence. I didn't expect it to move beyond the SA forums, and when it did, I found it very interesting to watch as sort of an accelerated version of an urban legend. It differs from the prior concept of the urban legend in that it is on the internet, and this both helps and harms the status of the Slender Man as one. In my personal opinion, an urban legend requires an audience ignorant of the origin of the legend. It needs unverifiable third and fourth hand or more accounts to perpetuate the myth. On the internet, anyone is privy to its origins, as evidenced by the very public Something Awful thread. But what is funny is that despite this, it still spread. Internet memes are finicky things, and by making something at the right place and time, it can swell into an internet urban legend. Slender Man has brought fright and joy to people for several years, and that is something worth celebrating. Many people would call Slender Man dead long ago, but we'll have to see what happens when the Slender Man movie comes out in the coming years. I hope you enjoyed this short documentary going through the entire history of Slender Man, and I hope you subscribe now so you don't miss what's next. My name is Sir Spooks, and I will see you all in the next spooky video.